Now, a good news story. We like those. Bridge Classic Cars are up for an award. The Classic Car Restoration Specialist, based at Pettistry, a finalist in the innovation category of the RAC Historic Awards 2025. It's in recognition of its educational sustainability initiative at Bridge Classic Cars Kids. Their MD is Craig Ranson, and he joins me now. Morning, Craig.
Good morning. You okay?
Yeah, good. This is exciting.
It is.
Congratulations.
It's a bit different, isn't it? And we're so used to restoring classic cars, and the kids bit of it is something new. So yeah, we're really excited to be noticed for this.
Good stuff. Tell us briefly about the company before we move on to the kids bit.
Okay, yeah. So we're a restoration company based in Woodbridge. We do probably 30 or 40 classic car restorations at any one time. We're probably best known across the UK for the people who give the cars away. So you can win a car for £5, £10, and we do two draws a week. So that's what whenever we go anywhere in the UK, people recognise the brand for being more competitions than they do restorations. But we restore cars for people all over the world.
And I said in the introduction that the award is the innovation category of the RAC Historic Awards for your
Yes.
educational sustainability initiative. So tell us about
Yeah.
Bridge Classic Car Kids. What is it? What's it all about?
Okay, so it all started. We own a car which is a 1905 Riley. We found it in a million bits in a field. It's a wonderful story. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, we restored the car from the ground up. As you can imagine, nothing exists for this car, and along the way, we learnt a lot about the car. It ended up being a prototype. It was the very first Riley of its nature. All of this sort of stuff we learnt as we were going along. But what was quite unique is we built the car to award-winning standards. Now it sits in our showroom,
Mm.
using almost all of the bits that we found. So you think wood that's 120 years old, we managed to
Wow.
preserve it, reshape it. We we found the radiator, the original radiator from 120 years ago, was on the wall in someone's house. The gentleman passed away, and we managed to get it off the wall, and we refurbished that. So the car is probably 85, 90% original. And that got me thinking that I wanted to make Riley into a children's character. I mean, I grew
Mm.
up with Brum and obviously Thomas and all these sort of
Yeah.
things. So I thought, what a fantastic way of teaching children history and the importance of history, even in a modern world. You know, we're going into electric cars, hydrogen cars, sustainable fuel, but there is still a place for the cars that are on the road today and the ones that were there, previously. There's
Mm.
still a place for them. So I thought, well, let's create a character with Riley, teaching children that you can, preserve old bits and make it new again. And Riley has a little friend called Eco, and Eco runs on sustainable fuel, which is potentially it's a really big thing for the future of the
Mm.
automotive world. That we've got electric cars, but also the cars that are on the road now can run on sustainable fuel, which we do. That's what Bridge Classic Cars run all of their cars on sustainable fuel. And then Luxy is a 1960s Fiat who runs on electric. So the three of them are animated characters. I've written one book turned into three quite quickly, and that's what we've been recognised for. So the book comes out hopefully this side of Christmas. We're just finishing the illustrations now. And then first of all, Goodwood picked up on it and thought it was a
Wow.
fantastic initiative, which is amazing for us to have Goodwood recognise it. And then now this Royal Automobile Club, to go to Pall Mall, just to sit in a room full of those sort of people and to be recognised for the kids initiative is quite special.
It's amazing. And why is it so important, do you think, to get children and their families interested in the old classics, the old classic cars?
Well, I think for a start, classic cars are of an interest to everybody, whether you're into cars or not. We have people that come up here and they look at E-types and they look at Riley, and it's so unusual to see something like that. But I think I personally think we live in a world now that it's very easy to throw things away.
Mm.
The electric cars possibly aren't going to have the same history to them that the older ones do. But that's the same with clothes, with anything. It's so easy just to chuck it away and get something new. Whereas this is an opportunity to teach children, not necessarily about cars. It's based on that, and we're going to
Mm.
go into schools and with that message. But it's anything in life. We don't have to have plastic this and plastic that. We
Mm.
can preserve what's already there.
And we spend so much time talking about sustainability now, don't we? And so
Yeah.
I guess you really want to demonstrate that classic cars do have a place in a sustainable future.
Absolutely. And the fact that they've all got a story to tell. And it's
Yeah.
like anything, it's so wonderful to hear. I love hearing about it, and everyone who works here loves hearing about where these cars have come from, and why they're still around, and what life they've had. And I think children will pick up on that as well. They all have stories to tell.
Mm.
And the nice thing is these three classic cars are proving in book form, and hopefully eventually in animation, that they can live in a modern world quite comfortably. They can run around with electric cars beside them, and they still look the part. They still work.
Do you think do you think modern cars lack the personality of classic cars?
Yeah, personally, I do.
Yeah.
I understand. I try and avoid myself at the moment electric cars. Um, I borrowed one, or I was lent one, a Lotus, which is a lovely electric car to have. It just didn't have the same feel. It doesn't have the same personality to it that I think a classic car does. But that's just my opinion. There are some people that will quite happily
Oh,
jump
yeah.
into an electric car because it's more reliable, they might say. But for
Mm.
me, it doesn't talk to me like a classic does.
But if you look back at some of the films and things that have been made about cars,
Yeah.
they're all I mean, I suppose it's because they were from that time, but the classics are the ones that feature, aren't they?
And the thing is, what I've noticed now, even if you watch modern dramas, I think they use sort of the 80s and 90s kind of classics
Yeah,
in modern dramas. I think it just takes away from when you look at a modern car now, it looks the same as the one next to it.
yeah,
Whatever brand it is, they're all sort of got the same sketchbook. Whereas a classic is different, and everyone recognizes it, and everyone has memories and nostalgic moments in their life whether their parents have got them, grandparents have got them. There's always a talking point with everyone
yeah,
on classics.
absolutely, absolutely. And as part of this, getting the kids and families interested, I guess you're challenging the stereotypes about classic car culture as well, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it started off for us when we started putting sustainable fuel in cars. When we started talking about electric cars, our audience didn't like us talking about that because
Right.
they're not electric car people. Then we put sustainable fuel in all of our cars, and that seemed to tick a lot of boxes for people. Um, and this is now a new initiative, and I think it's so positive because mums and dads with young children, like I say, that aren't necessarily into classic cars, are seeing what we're doing and understanding what we're doing. And equally, the older generation and the people that do like their classics, they're liking the fact that we're introducing the younger generation
Yeah.
into them to keep them going. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, look, when do you find out if you've won?
Thursday evening. So it's at Pall
Oh,
Mall,
it's
which
coming
is
up.
incredible. And it's, yeah. Thursday evening, we've got to go to the Royal Automobile Club in
Yeah.
Pall Mall, have a nice meal with some suited and booted people, and then we'll find out then. Yeah.
Well, look, good luck. And of
Thank
course,
you.
good luck for the book as well, which hopefully out before Christmas.
Fingers
We shall
crossed.
see.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. How can people find out more about you and the work of Bridge Classic Cars?
If you just look up Bridge Classic Cars, and then just type in kids into our website, so it shows everything we do as a company. But then if you type in kids, the kids have got their own section. So there's news, articles for children. There is the story of Riley that you can watch online. There's loads on there, and obviously it tells you all about the book. Hopefully that will be coming out later as well.
Brilliant. Will you let us know how it goes?
Thank you very much. I will do.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Craig Ranson, there, MD of Bridge Classic Cars.